Is it possible to establish credit quickly? Yes, it is. Nonetheless, it all relies on your own definition of fast. Depending on your circumstances, building credit should take a few months. However, scoring credit cannot be done overnight in some circumstances. This video will assist you with ways for establishing credit quickly and efficiently. Inaction does not help you build credit. There are a few things that you must do. Otherwise, your credit score will stay the same or worsen. What is the definition of a credit score? Credit score is a 3-digit figure that indicates how credit-worthy a person is. FICO's most widely utilized score is between 300 and 850. Banks and lending institutions use this score to measure the possible risk of providing money to consumers. Individuals having a FICO score of 800 or more are regarded to have excellent credit. Those with scores between 740 and 799 are in the very good category. Scores of 670 to 739 are deemed satisfactory. A decent score ranges from 580 to 669. A score of less than 579, on the other hand, is regarded as poor. As seen below, the FICO score is divided into 5 factors with varying weightings. Payment history with 35%, amounts owed with 30%, length of credit history with 15%, credit mix with 10%, and new credit with 10%. Other businesses, in addition to FICO, have their own credit scoring algorithms, such as Vantage Score, Experian Plus Score, CE Credit Score, TransRisk, and so on. So why is it necessary to improve one's credit score? Your credit score will have a significant impact on many aspects of your life. Loans, insurance, some employment, and other bills are all affected. Your credit score affects your access to these things as well as the fees that you are charged. If you have a bad credit score, you will almost certainly be charged higher charges. If you want a mortgage, for example, financial institutions are more likely to lend you money at a higher interest rate than someone with a decent credit score. If you don't have a credit score, the credit scoring algorithm won't give you one until you've had an active account for at least 6 months. Building a credit score from scratch. If you're starting from scratch with your credit score, you should be aware of the minimum requirements before the algorithm starts assigning you a score. The following are the requirements. 1. You must keep your account active for at least 6 months. 2. Within the last 6 months, that account must have been reported to credit bureaus that keep these scores. While a score can be obtained in as little as 6 months in the majority of situations, it will take at least that long. Steps to building credit fast. Many young people and those with poor credit are concerned about how to improve credit quickly. There are various procedures you must do in order to develop credit fast. Number 1. Acquire a secured credit card. The difference between a secured credit card and a regular credit card is that a security deposit is required for this type of card, which is then applied to your credit limit. The issuer will report to the credit agencies, and you will be able to develop your credit history this way. You will have a good credit score if you use it appropriately. If you already have a negative credit history, getting this card may be difficult because only a few lenders will work with you. Number 2. Find a co-signer. Another option for quickly improving your credit is to contact a close relative or friend with a strong credit score for help. You can ask that person to sign a credit card as a co-signer. You can grow credit by relying on their strong credit score in this way. However, because this individual will have access to your credit card, you should first clarify how the card will be used with them. The idea is to keep your spending under specific minimum boundaries so that you don't go over. It's also worth noting that your cosigner is legally responsible for your debt at this time. You can also request to be added as an approved user. Asking a parent, a close cousin, or a friend to add you as an authorized user on one of their credit cards is another strategy to improve credit. This practically indicates that your activities while using this card may have an impact on their credit score as well. While being a cosigner riser may not have a significant impact on your credit building efforts in the short term, even a minor impact can help you develop credit. Number 3. Credit Builder Loan. If none of the aforementioned choices appeal to you, another option is to apply for a credit builder loan. These loans are available through credit unions and local banks. You apply for a loan, and if approved, the borrowed funds are transferred into a savings account. Following that, you will make payments until the debt is completely paid off. Once you've paid off the loan, you'll have access to your savings account balance plus any interest collected. The primary goal of this loan is to establish credit. Number 4. Make regular payments on your bills. One thing to keep in mind is that payment history accounts for 35% of FICO's overall score calculation. FICO stands for Fair, Isaac & Company, one of the most well-known credit scoring firms. As a result, if you want to keep or improve your credit score, you must keep track of your payments. Consider setting up automatic payments, such as standing orders or direct debits, to stay on top of your bills. You can prevent missing payments this way. So before we proceed, I'd like you to assist me in some way. Please take a moment to pause this video, and if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe. You're awesome, and thank you very much for all your help. Number 5. Use only 10% of your credit limit. For those who are just getting started, it is recommended that they only utilize 10% or less of their credit limit. As a result, if your credit limit is $10,000, make sure your balance is under $10,000. This will help you quickly improve your credit score. If you utilize more than this, your score may not improve as quickly. You can raise your limit after your score reaches the greatest levels. Credit cards, on the other hand, should be avoided. You're using a credit card for the sole goal of improving your credit score. Number 6. Maintain close attention on your credit report. Opening an account with a credit rating agency, such as Credit Sesame, is one method to stay on top of things. You may be able to detect any red signals and determine whether your efforts are paying off in this manner. For example, your credit report could indicate that you have a credit card balance problem. If this occurs, you can take steps to rectify the problem. It's possible that the report will point out areas where you need to improve in order to improve your score. How can I raise my credit score in 30 days? There are a few things you may do in 30 days to improve your credit score. The majority of this has already been stated. To begin, pay off the balances on your credit cards. The general consensus is that your balance should not exceed 30% of your credit limit. Second, work with your lender to get late payments removed from your credit report. This could be a type of agreement to have your payments to the lender accelerated. 3. You can try to raise your credit card limit by negotiating with your credit card company. 4. If you don't already have credit, establish it. It doesn't help if you don't have any credit. By obtaining credit, you can demonstrate your credit worthiness. However, you must exercise caution because you do not want to become a slave to lenders. How can I get my credit score up to 100? There is no hard and fast rule for this, because it depends on the algorithm used. However, missing a bill can result in a 100% reduction. As a result, making sure you don't miss any bills in the future might be really beneficial. It's also a good idea to ask your supplier to remove the record from your credit reports once you've cleared your arrears. Which card builds credit fast? A secured credit card is the card that quickly creates credit. Because it is reported to credit agencies, it can help you develop credit quickly if you use it appropriately. What is the quickest approach to establish credit from scratch? There are a few things you can take to start rebuilding your credit quickly. Remember that because you've never had credit before, your credit score is almost none. Your credit rating is based on how you handle loans, not on the fact that you don't have any. As a result, you're starting from scratch. The steps listed below have already been mentioned in the preceding paragraphs, but it's not a bad idea to go over them again. These are for those who are starting from scratch, not for people who have messed up their credit. 1. If you are fresh out of college, I would recommend that you apply for a bank loan first. Because you are just beginning off, banks may not be willing to provide you a large loan, so be prepared to take out a small loan. This is irrelevant, as the purpose is to demonstrate that you are a trustworthy lender. You can also get a credit card as a second option. It has the potential to improve your credit rating if you handle it correctly and make timely payments. 3. If you can't get one alone, you can ask a friend or a parent to add you to their credit card as an authorized user. The owner of the card will be responsible for the repayments in this situation, but as an authorized user, you will benefit. That's why convincing someone who doesn't know you well to agree to this arrangement can be tough. Your parents, on the other hand, should be able to accomplish it without difficulty for you. What is the fastest way to improve your credit score? Depending on the actions you follow, you can easily boost your credit score in a month for someone who is just starting out. It will not be a stunning surge, as it normally takes months or a year for that to happen. I should point out, however, that if you haven't used a credit card or borrowed money from a bank or lending institution, you won't be able to improve your credit score. You must be patient, but it is far easier if you're beginning from scratch rather than if you have messed up your credit. That's, of course, in my opinion. It takes time to repair your credit if you've made mistakes. In that instance, you might be able to increase it by a few points over the course of a few weeks. However, if you want to be in good standing, it may take a few months to get there. The credit rating companies would like to trust you again, therefore they'd like to see how you manage your credit for at least a few months. As previously said, your credit score has a significant impact on many aspects of your life. Lenders look at your credit score first to see if you qualify for credit. Having a poor or no credit score might result in high mortgage and other loan interest rates. If your credit score is inadequate, you may be denied these services in some instances. It is crucial to figure out how to create credit if you don't have any or want to enhance yours. I hope the methods listed above may assist you in doing so. I hope you enjoyed watching this video on how to build credit quickly and that you will continue to support our channel by liking it and subscribing to it.